Hello Commanders, welcome back. I'm Squadron and today we're going to take a look at the 1.3 patch for Star Citizen with a slight delay since this patch was applied on October 23rd. Although this patch didn't add a lot of new features to the game, it has some really interesting changes to the balance of the weapons and of course the gameplay of Arena Commander, and it made it a lot more dynamic and a lot more interesting. We're gonna discuss about these changes and of course we're gonna take a look at the new features that were added to Star Citizen Arena Commander with the 1.3 patch, and we are gonna also talk about what is coming in the future for Star Citizen. But first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at the new additions. And we're going to start with the social module, the new area that is added, then we can visit. But before we go and visit the social module with our corp area, we can finally choose a loadout for our character. There are many options. We can choose from these 6 outfits: the Marine, Light, Medium and Heavy Armor, and the Outlaw, Light, Medium and Heavy Armor. And this is quite good. It's a beginning in customizing our character and shows that slowly we will have a lot more choices, and we will decide how we can build our character. At the moment we can only have a male character. In the future a female character will be added, and I know that a lot of you will love that. So let's choose this one, Marine Medium Armor. Let's exit and go visit the ArcCorp and the new area that was added. Like I said, the new area has been added to the social module, the Galleria Retail Shopping Center, and as you can tell it's not ready yet. It's being constructed. And it is nice to see this place taking shape slowly, bit by bit. It makes the whole universe feel alive. It's not something that it will appear out of nowhere. You can see it getting ready for our needs. All this so that the social module will be an integral part of Star Citizen, and we are going to spend many hours here socializing or even doing our shopping, buying new items, new modules, and of course new clothes for our characters. It is very interesting, and it will be very nice to see this completed. Another addition to the social module were these buggies. We can drive them, we can get in here and drive them and do whatever we want. We can even crash them and die in them. It's a lot of fun. You can drive these for as long as you want, and if you die, don't worry, you are going to be revived in the medical facilities of the social module. It's a nice little addition. In general, most of the shops in Area 18 have received an overhaul and some new emotes were added. The capacity of players has been increased to 36, and the goal is to increase this capacity to 40, so there will be up to 40 players at every instance at any given time. But these are not the only additions that the 1.3 brought to Star Citizen. 2 new weapons were also added to Star Citizen. The first one is the Strife Mass Driver, a size 2 Mass Driver cannon that has a great rate of fire and a very good accuracy, so you can hit targets that are a bit far away from you. And the second weapon was the C788 Combined Ballistic Cannon, a size 4 ballistic cannon from bearing that can be equipped on a Hornet or a Catalyst and make these 2 vessels a lot more fearsome. Of course, in order to equip this weapon on these 2 vessels, you will have to acquire the correct flashfire mount that was also added with 1.3 in order to help us utilize these weapons. Despite not having the best rate of fire, it can deal devastating damage, and it is a perfect option for dealing with bigger targets at close range. Like with every other weapon in the game, you can acquire these 2 new weapons by spending either UEC on Voyager Direct or by spending your hard-earned rec on the Electronic Access Store. These 2 new weapons are a fine addition to the game, but most important are the changes that the 1.3 has brought to the weapons in general. And to speak more specifically, the projectiles for the energy weapons are now faster than ballistics, and that increases their rate of fire and makes them a viable option. Again, in order to compensate for this change, their damage has been slightly reduced. Also, there are some changes on the ballistic weapons as well. Their range has been increased, so you can attack targets that are farther away, but their shield penetration has been reduced from 70% to 60%. With these changes, energy weapons and lasers in general are again a viable option and a very good weapon to have equipped on your ships, but also because of all these changes we can now create some good loadouts, some interesting loadouts. We can go with ballistic weapons if we want to have some range, or we can go with energy weapons if we want to utilize their better rate of fire. A very important change though was the increase on the health and the shield strength of all the ships in the game, and that makes Arena Commander a lot more dynamic and interesting. Like I said in the beginning, it gives you the opportunity to survive longer, it increases survivability, and of course makes every dogfight last longer. This is an excellent change in my opinion. It is especially good that you can fight for longer now before you die, that gives you the opportunity to escape from your enemies, and it also shows that the developers want to balance the game, want to make it better and provide us with a more fun experience. Of course, in order to compensate for the more health and shield strength that ships have now, missiles had their damage slightly increased, and they deal more damage now. Their tracking has been decreased a bit, but they are not as overpowered as they used to be. It is very easy to evade them, but also chaff is a lot more effective now, giving you more tools to survive. All these changes make Arena Commander very interesting and a lot more enjoyable than before, and of course prepare Star Citizen for what is to come in the future. And of course I'm talking about the Alpha 2.0 and the changes that it will bring to the game. A very important feature for the future of Star Citizen will be the new flight model that will come to the game with the Alpha 2.0, and according to the developers it will be an improvement of the existing one. And this is actually something good because for a while backers have been asking for an improvement on the existing flight model. It also shows us that the developers care about the game and try to make it the best out there. We don't know much about this flight model and we will have to test it in order to see how good it is, but we do know that there will be 3 different flight modes for different situations: Precision, Space Combat Maneuvering and Cruise mode. Let's talk about these modes for a bit. The Precision mode will be the starting mode whenever we are taking off with our vessel. It will give us more control in general when we are maneuvering close to other objects such as meteorites or whenever we are close to other ships. It will make landing and taking off a lot easier, but it will be essential for when we want to get closer to another vessel in order to refuel or board it, kill everyone inside and steal their ship. The Space Combat Maneuvering mode will be the main mode that we will be using in order to fly around, check things and of course fight other players or NPC. And it may look like the mode that we have at the moment, the flight mode that we have at the moment in Arena Commander, but things are a bit different. With the Space Combat Maneuvering mode, the maximum velocity will be calculated as a function of force and mass, and that means that pretty much everything will affect your maximum velocity. So if you have cargo, if your ship is heavy, it will have lower maximum velocity, but if you upgrade your engines and your thrusters, your maneuvering thrusters, you will be able to go faster. In general, handle better your own vessel. And of course there will be the Cruise mode, which will be the only way to travel fast to our destination in our local area. It will be very easy to use it. All we have to do is just point to our destination, engage Cruise mode and get in there as fast as possible, but it won't be very easy to turn our vessel and take another direction. Another addition that will come with Alpha 2.0 is the Quantum Leap, something like warping to our destination. All vessels will be limited to the same 0.2 c maximum speed, and that means 2 things. First of all, that the systems won't be as huge as you would expect them to be, and it will be easier for us to traverse them and get from point A to point B, but also it will give the opportunity to slower vessels to escape their enemies during Quantum Leap. And of course this is because they will have the same speed on this mode, but also because tiny variations in angle will result in different flight paths, so it will be easier to escape someone that is chasing you. This new and improved flight model will be a great addition to the game, and of course these 3 flight modes sound very interesting, but we will have to test them and see how good or not they are. And the Alpha 2.0 will give us the opportunity to test this new flight model and all the cool new changes that will come to the game, since there will be a new space map added to the game and we will finally be able to get out of the Arena Commander as it is at the moment and start exploring a small part of the persistent universe that we will have in the future. This new addition, the mini persistent universe, if we can call it like that, will also give us the opportunity to finally understand what kind of game Star Citizen is and what we should be expecting from it. There will be a number of areas that we will be able to go and explore and of course travel and have fun, but let's be honest with ourselves, we are mostly going to fight each other when this Alpha 2.0 goes live. In general, Alpha 2.0 will be a very important patch for the future of Star Citizen, a future that is looking very promising at the moment, especially if we take into consideration the fact that the developers care about balance in the game and they try to fix everything that is broken and provide us with the best space experience. There is no release date for the Alpha 2.0, but I really hope it will come soon so we can experience this new mini persistent universe. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm Squadron and I will see you next time. Bye bye.